Today I'm rejuvenating this old 1960s office chair. I actually really love old things, especially old furniture. My grandparents had an antique shop when I was young, and I think that that really influenced me because there's just something about seeing these items, especially if I see them at some kind of garage sale or something, where I just feel like they need a little bit of help, a little pick me up to make it so that they can last, another 60 years. In this case, this one is a 1960 office chair. It's all made out of wood with some metal as well as the leather. And I just kind of fell in love with it. First step with this chair was to wash everything down really well with soap and water, and even sometimes with a magic eraser, which does just a phenomenal job of getting that old grime off of your furniture. Then I went through and I used boiled linseed oil to cover all of my wood and my metal. The boiled linseed oil keeps it from rusting as well as giving just a little bit of hydration to that wood so that it doesn't crack and get dry. Then the most important part was using neat's foot oil on the leather. The leather will only last so long once it gets dry, and it was very papery feeling and just felt like it was going to rip really easily. There were a couple of small cracks in it that I felt like as long as I rejuvenated that leather, that it wouldn't destroy the entire thing. So I put the neat's foot oil over the backrest as well as all over the seat. And then I came back about an hour later just to find that it had all soaked in already. The goal is to put a lot of oil on there, enough so that you can come back later and take off any oil residue. Generally speaking, I'll leave it overnight, but because this was so dry, I came back multiple times during the day and reapplied, and then still let it go overnight. And I think I ended up reapplying about 7 or 8 different times before I finally felt like it held enough of that oil that it wasn't going to crack. When you run your hands along it, you should feel just a tiny bit of a residue of oil, and it should feel much more pliable, much more like today's leather would, as opposed to that really papery feel that it was at before. So now I'll go through with a clean, soft cloth, and I just absorb any of that extra oil. I don't want it to sit on the surface because, of course, then if I sat down, it would get on my pants. That would be a bad thing, but it's so much nicer now. You'll notice that it has just a little bit more of the coloring from when it was tanned before on the very top, and that's okay. When you're dealing with stuff like this, it's not necessarily going to be an even look. I'm all right with that because I like it to look like an antique. I like it to look a little bit rustic, but I also want it to have a longer lifespan. I want it to be able to last. The neat's foot oil does tend to make it just a little bit darker. So if you find, like here, that it's got a little bit more darkness here, a little lighter there, if you find that you want that darker, you can continue to put layers of neat's foot oil and even up that look a little bit. I don't mind this. It doesn't bother me a bit. So now this chair is all ready to be used. I'm actually super excited about it because I'm working on a new setup in my office area, and I haven't gotten the desk that I want yet, but I've got a couple that I've been looking at that will work really well with this chair. It should be really fun. The only thing that I have to make sure that I do is continue to oil both the wood and the leather about once a year, and that will keep everything in really good shape.